With 20 weapons to choose from in Apex Legends, it can be hard to find the best two that not only fit your playstyle, but are high-tier guns that are just flat out better than the others. We already got into our weapon rankings, but that was just ranking the guns by themselves. Today, we'll be taking a look at the best weapon combos in the game that allow you to dominate the battlefield at all ranges. R301 and Peacekeeper. There are a few weapons in the game as balanced as the R301 assault rifle, with players like Fuglet just flocking towards the weapon due to its incredible accuracy, decent damage, and the fact that it uses light ammo as opposed to heavy ammo. Throw in the Peacekeeper shotgun and you have yourself one of the most powerful weapon loadouts in the game. Stoda just loves the shotgun, and by combining it with the R301, you have yourself a duo that's capable of doing damage at all ranges. Well, other than extremely long range, but hey, this is Apex Legends. If you're trying to engage opponents at extreme ranges, you're playing the game wrong, my friend. The meta is all about close to mid-range supremacy, and these two weapons cover all effective ranges. You could fire off shots with the Peacekeeper and then switch to the R301 to finish off your opponents, and vice versa. To top it all off, both weapons are solid without attachments, so it's a loadout that could work straight out of the box. We really recommend it for novice and pro players alike. You won't regret it. And you can thank us later. Wingman and Peacekeeper. The number one weapon we had in our rankings was the Wingman, and for good reason. Accurate players like iTemp Plays are able to take full advantage of the high damage hand cannon, and it becomes even better with the Skull Piercer rifling hop-up that allows it to deal even more damage per headshot. It recently got nerfed, but we barely even call it a nerf because it's still one of the most elite Apex Legends weapons. By combining the Wingman with the Peacekeeper, you have two of the strongest weapons in your arsenal, and they're both able to work in all effective ranges very nicely. They're also extremely ammo efficient, since one stack of heavy ammo and one stack of shotgun ammo will be more than enough for both weapons, leaving more slots in your backpack for meds and shields, which is always a good thing. Unlike the R301 and Peacekeeper combo though, this combo actually has a weakness. It's very reliant on accuracy, since you have no full auto option to rely on to spray and pray with. Spitfire and Wingman. While we've been singing the R301's praises all video so far, we don't even think it's the best full auto weapon in the game. That title goes to the Spitfire LMG, and we'd like to think I Am Boomer agrees with us. It does 6 more damage per shot than the R301, but it shoots much slower, so it's not completely OP. What is OP though is the fact that with a level 3 extended mag, the Spitfire can hold 60 bullets in a mag. Combining the Spitfire with the Wingman gives you a finishing weapon that truly completes this setup. You start with the Spitfire and finish enemies off with the Wingman. It can't get more badass than that. Both of these weapons can perform admirably at close and mid-range. And don't be shy to hipfire the Wingman at close to use it as a pseudo shotgun. We'll give you a tip. If you have a good barrel stabilizer, you can use the Spitfire at longer ranges, but if you don't, use the Wingman at mid-range and the Spitfire up close. R301 and R99. By now, you definitely know that we like the R301. It's accurate, it shoots quick, and while it's pretty weak for an AR, it's not a terrible thing considering all of these strengths. The one weapon that really makes the R301 shine is the R99 SMG. As Weekend shows us, this weapon is an absolute beast at close range. It's the weakest SMG in its class, but it has the quickest fire rate in the entire game, which means it's capable of doing tremendous damage if you're accurate with it, which is much easier said than done. Without a barrel stabilizer, you'll struggle to hit the side of a barn with it, but as a full auto weapon, it has unmatched close range potential. This setup is the best for those who don't like shotguns and prefer to use full auto weapons. Use the R99 up close and the R301 at every other range. It's as simple as that, folks. The only issue is that the R99 doesn't have a huge mag. It'll chew through ammo like it's nobody's business, so you'll need a ton of light ammo. Spitfire and Peacekeeper. We already got into detail about the Spitfire and Peacekeeper, so you know what we like about the weapons. This loadout is all about high damage and big mags. Oh yeah. It's personal preference whether you like the Spitfire or the R301 in this setup, but personally we prefer the Spitfire. It'll do more damage than the R301 but shoots slower. Luckily it has the added benefit of being able to hold 60 shots in a mag with a level 3 extended heavy mag. As you already know, the Peacekeeper is hands down the best shotgun in the game. The Ava 8 Auto isn't bad by any means, but the Peacekeeper is a better choice in every close-range situation. There isn't much of a downside to this setup other than the fact that you have to be accurate to take advantage of it. Since the Spitfire has a lower rate of fire than the R301, every shot matters with the weapon because if you miss your first few, you could be in serious trouble. R99 and Peacekeeper. Like we mentioned earlier, most encounters in Apex Legends happen at close range. If you really want to take advantage of that fact, you can set up your weapons in a way for them to dominate at that range. The R99 and Peacekeeper is a combination that has unmatched close-range power. Insert evil laughter here. We recommend having your Peacekeeper out, dealing some damage, and swapping out to your R99 to spray your opponents down. You could also start with your R99 and finish them off with the Peacekeeper, though it does work both ways now that we think about it. Carry the one. Yeah, no, it works. While you'll become unbeatable at close range with this setup, there are plenty of issues with it. For starters, you'll literally be useless from mid and long range because the R99 is far from accurate, and the Peacekeeper, well, it's a shotgun, so it's not meant for anything other than close range. You'll probably also need a good extended light mag for the R99. It's a great setup for Pathfinder mains who could use its grapple to get up close and personal with opponents. Devotion and R301. The Devotion is definitely one of the better weapons in the game. Just make sure you have the turbocharger hop-up for it like T Martin 2, or else it's far from an impressive weapon. The Devotion's rate of fire speeds up the longer you hold down the trigger, and the turbocharger speeds up this process. It has 44 bullets in a mag, which is pretty good, but it's not very accurate, so a good barrel stabilizer and stock is a must. It's a very good weapon at close range that has some mid-range potential with the right attachments. When we combine the R301 assault rifle, man, we just can't get enough of this thing, can we? It makes for a solid duo. You have the Devotion for close and mid-range and the R301 for mid to long range. It's a very balanced setup. The fact that the Devotion increases its rate of fire over time isn't ideal, but it's more than capable of taking out enemies in no time at close range anyway. The main negative of this setup is that you need plenty of energy ammo for the Devotion, which isn't easy to come by at all. It's the rarest ammo to find and you'll need multiple stacks of it, so a level 2 or 3 backpack is necessary for both of these weapons. Prowler and Longbow. You're probably thinking to yourself, how the heck is this one of the best combos in the game? We get it, but hear us out. Similar to the Devotion, the Prowler is reliant on a hop-up to make it one of the better weapons in the game. There's no way one cheesy mofo would be kicking this much butt if it didn't have the hop-up. With the Select Fire Receiver, it can fire in full auto mode, and it uses heavy ammo, making it the highest damage SMG in the game. The Longbow uses heavy ammo as well, but it's a semi-auto DMR. As Bull 1 shows us, it can deal tremendous damage with each shot, and it's very accurate at long range. The only downside being that it shoots very slowly and requires the Skull Piercer rifling hop-up to truly shine. You could use the Prowler in close to mid-range encounters and the Longbow at long range to take down targets or simply scout the area. The problem with this loadout is that it's very reliant on hop-ups. Both of these weapons aren't great without them, and hop-ups can be difficult to find. The Prowler is awful when firing in 5-round bursts, so you'll really need a Select Fire Receiver. Hemlock and R99. This is another off-the-board setup that we actually enjoy using. Don't judge us. We didn't rate the Hemlock very high in our weapon rankings, and that hasn't really changed, but it's very good when used with the R99 SMG. Just do what Sizz does and switch to a single fire mode, and then you could be trigger happy with the weapon and fire it faster than the burst can. The Hemlock has the longest effective range out of all the ARs thanks to its amazing bullet velocity, which means the bullets travel faster and you don't have to lead your targets as much. Since it's a heavy weapon, your bullets also have a minor slowdown effect on your opponents, which is always beneficial. With the R99 as your secondary weapon, you have a full auto beast at close range, which gives you some spray and pray potential. The problem with this setup is that you'll need at least 3 stacks of light ammo and 2 stacks of heavy ammo, which severely limits the space in your backpack for throwables and healing items. You'll also need tons of attachments for this loadout to reach its full potential. Devotion and Prowler. Let's be honest, both the Devotion and the Prowler are pretty bad weapons without hop-ups. The Devotion takes too long to charge up, and the Prowler is just the worst when firing a 5-round burst. With both weapons, you'll start off aiming at an enemy, and the next thing you know, you're staring at the sky. Okay, we might be exaggerating a little bit, but the recoil is pretty bad. Luckily with hop-ups, they're exceptionally powerful at close and mid-range, which is where most encounters happen. I think we already mentioned that once or twice though, didn't we? It's not a very heavy attachment loadout either, well besides the hop-ups that is. All you really need is a barrel stabilizer for your devotion and a heavy extended mag for your Prowler. Other than the hop-ups, there are some other glaring issues with this setup. If you want to use this loadout for the entire match, you'll need a good backpack to hold all the heavy ammo and rare energy ammo. We recommend carrying the hop-ups, and if you stumble upon the weapons, pick them on up. They're not to be used without them. And those are just some of the best weapon loadouts in all of Apex Legends. What's your favorite gun combo? Are there any great weapon loadouts we didn't include? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to CBR for more Apex Legends videos. Thanks for watching.